What's up, Switch Gang? This is your boy Marlon back at it again here with another massive news video for you guys and girls today. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. And we have three major topics to go over today. And this is really interesting because Nintendo put out an official statement regarding the Joy-Con drift issue, and a lot of people was wondering when Nintendo was going to actually come out and pretty much put some light on what's been going on with this Joy-Con drift issue. It's just ridiculous, and Nintendo did not really dig in and really explain anything. They just pretty much gave us a cliche pretty much statement, like a PR statement. It's not really anything that I was expecting, like, hey, you know, we understand that people having issues. Here is a free complimentary, you know, Joy-Con for people who have been experiencing issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys the statement. This is just ridiculous. Nintendo just need to face it. I mean, the Joy-Cons are messing up. I mean, I've went through plenty of Joy-Cons and these controllers are not cheap. All right, so let's dive right off into the statement here. So it says, at Nintendo, we take great pride in quality products, and we are continuously making improvements to them. We are aware of the recent reports that some Joy-Con controllers are not responding correctly. We want our customers to have fun with Nintendo Switch, and if any falls short of this goal, we always encourage them to visit support at Nintendo.com. So pretty much everybody's been going to that support at Nintendo.com, filling out the form with the Joy-Con issue and submitting the ticket. A lot of times Nintendo don't respond. A lot of times they're like, oh no, that is not covered under the warranty, yada yada yada, because there's like a pretty much limited warranty on the Joy-Cons. It's just ridiculous. But I feel like being that this is such a widespread issue and there's a lawsuit out right now, I figured that Nintendo would really deal with this situation a lot better. Like, just say for instance, like, okay, for the inconvenience of you guys having messed up Joy-Cons or whatnot, we'll you know, replace it with a new one or something like that. You know, it's all about value, guys. It's all about how you treat your customer. I'm talking about myself being a business owner. That's how I would treat my customers, because customers care about appreciation and value. So if I see appreciation in a business transaction, or if I see you guys actually care about me, then I'll stick around. I love Nintendo. I want Nintendo to shine, but at the end of the day, this is a widespread issue. There's a lawsuit out right now that's in effect, and this is the best that they can say. Hey, look, you know, we make quality products because this and that, yada yada. Clearly, I mean, you guys do make quality products, but there's a issue with the Joy-Con that needs to be fixed. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, I've been through a couple of Joy-Cons since I bought my Switch in 2017. Leave y'all thoughts down in the comment section and let me know, because like I said, this is ridiculous, this is widespread, and it just needs to be fixed. Nintendo needs to get on this ASAP and do something better. All right, guys, let's get to the second part of the news video here. So this is a rumor. Take this with a grain of salt. Now, we know the big surprise at the end of Nintendo Direct at E3, they hit us with that Breath of the Wild. That was the last thing that they showed other than revealing Banjo-Kazooie for Super Smash Bros. Now, they're saying that the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 will be coming out fall of next year, or possibly early 2020, alongside a much more powerful Nintendo Switch. And that would mean that it's going to be the Switch Pro. Now, I can kind of see a Switch Pro coming out late 2020. I don't think Nintendo needs to release a Switch Pro right now. I think their main focus should be fixing the online, fixing the Joy-Con issues, and just continuing to release more and more better first party and third party games. That's what I think their main focus is right now. They shouldn't be worried about competing with PlayStation 5 and Xbox One. Now, something very important to note is that the specs on the Switch Pro is basically similar to the PlayStation 4. That's what they're saying. It's going to be as powerful as a PS4. Now, if it's as powerful as a regular PS4, that's really good, because a regular PS4 still looks amazing. So I'm just blown away just by hearing that, but this is not official. This is not confirmation from Nintendo or a reliable source. This is from someone at 4chan. We know how 4chan can be. And then again, I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out next year. I think 2021 will be more of a suitable time frame for it, just because Zelda games do take a little bit of time. And the last time I checked, they were still hiring people to work on the game and whatnot. So I don't think it's coming out fall of 2020. I think maybe 2021, I would say maybe fall or something like that. But I do believe the Switch Pro part, I think the Switch Pro can come out fall or spring of 2020. And if it is powerful as the PS4, then I mean, that's really good, because what will happen is, you know, you will definitely get more third-party developers jumping on the bandwagon for the Switch Pro, because a lot of people like EA and a host of Ubisoft, they pretty much talked about Activision as well, talked about the Switch is not powerful enough, this and that, but we've seen what Panic Button can do. We've seen what Bethesda can do when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, and a host of other developers that are trying to squeeze the orange as far as the Nintendo Switch is concerned. So at the end of the day, power does not mean better games. Power means better looking games and more opportunities from a technical standpoint, but people got to understand at the end of the day that Nintendo has never been that company that cares about power. They're all about games, and, you know, a much more less powerful hardware, which is okay. But at this time, you know, a lot of the competition right now, PlayStation and, you know, what Microsoft is doing, they're pushing out more powerful systems. They're doing cloud gaming. So I think eventually Nintendo is going to jump into that space as far as streaming, you know, games in the cloud and so on and so forth. So, I mean, this is real good news to know that, hey, the Switch Pro could be as powerful as a regular PlayStation 4. If this is true, this is not from King Zell. This is not from somebody who is really credible. So that's what I'm saying. Don't get too hype about this situation, because I've seen it happen time and time again, even from the Wall Street Journal, even from Nikkei and a host of other supposedly credible places, that, hey, look, the Switch Pro and a Switch Mini is coming out this year. And so we are already gotten the Switch Lite this year, and we're getting a sort of mid-refresh Nintendo Switch, which is coming out in August. And then Doug Bowser pretty much stated that there's going to be no new hardware other than the Switch Lite that's coming out this year. So I do believe that the Switch Pro is in the cards for Nintendo to play, but they're not going to play it until maybe fall of next year or maybe early 2020. And I do believe Breath of the Wild 2 can be that game that's going to really push Nintendo to really focus on a Switch Pro, a much more powerful hardware, because that game is probably going to look amazing. And also we have a name for it, and the name sounds very cliche. I believe the name that they have for the game so far is Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm sorry, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Darkness. Now that sounds really fake. That sounds really fake to me. You know, so it don't seem Nintendo-like to me. So that's what I'm saying. Take this with a huge truckload of salt. Get you some truck and fill it up with a bunch of salt there, because I don't really believe the name of it, but I do believe Breath of the Wild might come out in 2021. It's just one of those games, just like Metroid, takes a little bit of time to be worked on and whatnot. So what do you guys think about Breath of the Wild 2 coming out late 2020 or early 2021? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And all right, guys, we're at the ending part of the news video here, and this is no surprise right now. Fire Emblem Three Houses is #1 bestseller on Amazon worldwide. So right now, the game is literally #1 on Amazon Japan. It's also #1 in, and I'm sorry, #2 in UK, on Amazon UK, and #3 in the US. You would think that it would be #1 in the US, but no. I mean, of course, Nintendo is a Japanese company, and them Japanese, they love those Fire Emblem games. I love Fire Emblem. I got into it sort of late. I mean, Nintendo sent me Birthright and Conquest. Those games were actually really, really good. And so Three Houses is looking really good as well. I might definitely pick that up because it's shaping up to be one of the best Fire Emblem games and whatnot. And so I think each houses are 80+ hours. I'm not sure. That's what I've been hearing. And the game looks phenomenal. I mean, I think it's really pushing the Nintendo Switch hardware. And so I'm really, really excited to get my hands on it. There's already positive reviews, about this game. There's so much different things going on right now with the combat, with the story, with the different gender, with the different relationships. I mean, it's just a lot of different things going on there. So who is going to be your waifu in Fire Emblem Three Houses? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I'm so really hyped right now because this year for Nintendo is going to be a great year, not just for software, but for hardware. I mean, come on now. They have the Nintendo Switch Lite coming out. They have that mid-refresh system coming out in August. And they have killer first-party games, even though they delayed some of it until 2020, like Bayonetta 3 and, of course, Animal Crossing. So I'm really excited either way, guys. Leave your thoughts down in the comments section down below. And all right, guys, that wraps up today's news video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the bell. Peace, Joycon men, Joycon boys. We're out of here.